Well, welcome to Physics 102 WWP for 2017. Before we get started, I'm going to orient you to the course and let you know your expectations, but I also just want to tell you what we did over the break. So we spent a lot of time outside. In fact, we didn't really travel anywhere, hardly at all. We mainly just stayed around the house. I think one point when we didn't leave the house for like 3 days. Kids got a swing, so we spent a lot of time on it. Here's my wife swinging, and Ada's trying to get her off so that she can have a turn. I also got a hammock, like one of these college student hammocks that you see people in. And I spent a lot of time in that, listening to music or reading or just sort of, thinking about things. We had some family down. This is my wife's aunt and her husband, Don and Mary Jo. They came down from Missouri, so we were really glad to have them. My dad also came down. This was on Christmas Eve. This was Christmas morning. My daughter made us these dolls. She worked on them for a month or so. This is Kaisa, and this is me. I don't know if you see the resemblance. This is my son and I in our hammock. We call it our hammy. And we took a ride on our bikes on Linear Park and between Kenner and Metairie. It's a trail that runs along the south shore of Lake Pontchartrain. And then my wife and I went to a conference on higher education, on learning to be a better teacher. And so we learned some new things there and thought of some new things and presented some of our own work to the faculty there. So, we're always trying to become better, and I hope that's true for you too. Become better at what we do. All right, so you go to your Moodle page, and in your Moodle page you see a number of things. The first is the course website, and the course website, which I've sent out before, looks like this. Let's take a quick look at the syllabus. I'll leave you to look at this on your own, but I do want to point out just a few things. First of all, the course is centered around these online lectures, which you can find in a couple places on the website. And these lectures cover all the material that we cover in class. In fact, it follows the same layout where we do the same practice questions, and you'll have those in online participation quizzes. And then you'll also have the tutor readings and the assignments like we do on the in-class section. So the online section is laid out very much in content like the in-class section. Now, of course, students struggle with the online section, and indeed, you're probably one of those students, because almost every student struggles with finding the time and finding the discipline and the wherewithal to consistently look at the material every single day. You need to set aside probably an hour every day that is uninterrupted, that is devoted to the topics that we're doing. All right, so that's the hard part with the online class, and I really encourage you to do that, to set aside at least an hour a day. Maybe if you're struggling, you need to set aside a couple hours a day. I know that can be difficult, but think usually you're in class for 3 hours, so by being in the online class, you're freeing up 3 hours already. See, this is the content. We'll do most of this. We're probably not going to get to modern physics or astronomy, and I think I actually slid some sound in there at the end. Drop date, testing. Now, testing is very important. This is a WWP class. That means it's online, but it has proctored exams. Proctored exams are given by me, usually, although if you're out of town, you can take it at a testing center. But you come at a particular time. Notice I have these times from 2 to 3 p.m. on these particular dates. If you can't make this particular time, you can schedule your exam within a 2-day window. You can either take it, for example, on Monday, 6th of March, or you can take it the prior Friday, whether it be 3rd of March, during my office hours, but you just need to schedule a time with me. Here's some testing centers, but I don't think we have any students that are off campus. Homework, here's our homework. The homework, you know what? When I make out the exam, I go through the homework and I say, this is a good question. I'm going to pull something similar to this question. So working through the homework will help you to do better on the exam. You get a maximum of 50 points for participation, and I'll go over that. These are what I like to call the OP quizzes, or online participation quizzes. This is in contrast to the OpenStax quizzes. That's something different. So I'll show you this. There's a separate link, which I will give right here. You'll also have homework and reading assignments on OpenStax. The maximum credit for the homework assignments will be 100 points. Those things, you need to be doing darn well on those. Find somebody that you know does well in the class and partner up with them and work those quizzes together. I'm okay with that. Use whatever resources you need to do well in those, because they count like an exam. So please treat those things with respect and spend a lot of time on them. The reading assignments, So you have two things in OpenStax, the homework assignments and the reading assignments. The reading assignments are guided reading through the material, and they will help you to understand the material better as you read through it. It gives you questions along the way to help you quiz yourself, and it reports those questions to me. You get up to 5 points of extra credit for that. This is how I do your grading. There's your hour exams, there's your classroom participation, there's your online quizzes, and the final exam is worth 150 points. Divide all that by 700 and it gives your grade. All right, so that's our syllabus. Now a couple other things that are important. Tutor. This is the Tutor website, and after you log in, you'll find that you're part of this course, Basic Physics 2. Now, in order to log in, this gives you the guide for how to log into Tutor. I have sent you an enrollment link. It is here on the website, on the Moodle website. You need to visit that URL and enroll in the class. All right, so you will go, you'll enter the ID that's used for grading. That is your email, your Nichols, your its.nichols.edu email, and then go on and set up your account in that course. Here it tells you to sign up or log in, and gives you instructions about if you're new to the course, that is if you don't have already an OpenStax account, or if you've already been in the course, as many of you were, you already have an OpenStax account. It guides you through that. I'm not going to go through that process here. All right, here is another link for various problems that students have encountered. This is the course workbook that you can order online. Hopefully already many of you have it. This has the notes. I find, you're in the online section, so you might decide that you don't want it, but I find that it really helps me to keep everything together, and it helps me to sort of lay out my thoughts in a linear fashion. So I really recommend that you need it, that you have it, but that's your decision, but I recommend that you have it. The concept tests, these are in the online participation. You can download the questions here after we do them, and they'll have the solutions to them. Okay, now this is a very important link, and this is actually in the syllabus. This is for the online quizzes. And here you'll go and you'll take quizzes. Oh, this is not quite right, but your first quiz is this. And so you'll do this. You'll put in your email. You'll put in your name. And look, I'm going to give you the answers to the first quiz. What gift did Dr. Young receive? I received a hammock. What is Dr. Young's favorite food? You might not know this about me, but my favorite food is carrots. And where should I go to help in this class? A monkey? No, are you crazy? A book? Maybe. The internet? Maybe. Dr. Young? Yes, yes, yes. All right. It is my job to help you do well in this class. It is my job to help you succeed in this class. So let me do my job. That might mean that you need to come see me every couple weeks just to sort of make sure that you're on track, or maybe even every week. But that's my job, is to help you do well. I know that many of you are struggling in this class, and I know that many of you find the material difficult. And so I can help you work through those struggles and help you work through those difficulties. I do this, and then I click submit. And it says your response has been recorded, and then at a later date I'll actually give you your score for that. Okay, I'm doing the quizzes a little bit differently than I have in the past, where it's going to give you the correct answers after I release them. So please do this as soon as possible. All right. Let's see. Also here, along with each quiz, are links for the screencast. So I recommend that you go through and watch each screencast, keeping track in your workbook of the questions, and then you'll go to this link and you'll actually put in the answers to those questions. So I don't have it up here now, but I'll put the quiz up that has all the questions which are from the workbook that you can place in here. And then the solution will be here. After it's done, you'll come here. You shouldn't be able to see this because it's private, but you'll be able to see the Chapter 1 solution, which is just me working through those answers. But you're going to follow these screencasts, take the quiz, and then after the quiz is due, I'll post the solution. Okay, so those online quizzes are important because it helps you with the structure of the course, helps you make it through the material. There's some other things here. There's old exams, the homework assignments, and their solutions are here. The homework assignments are also in your book, but also notice that the solutions are on this website as well. As we have weekly help sessions, I'll post them to this YouTube channel, or excuse me, not weekly, but as we have help sessions. And then as I meet with the 4M class, I'll post them to this website. This is just what we've done in that class for the day. So if you're curious about what we're doing in the lecture component, I try to keep them very closely aligned, the lecture and the online, then you can go there. Here's some textbooks, OpenStax, of course, you'll be reading in that through the Tutor system, but it's a good book, has some nice material. And then there are some others here. You probably don't need this, but if you're just, you like reading multiple physics books, then they're there for you. If you want to buy a textbook, don't right now. Come see me. I have several that you can just borrow. If you just want the feel of paper between your fingers, then come see me. I can loan you a textbook, but I find that most students are okay with the online textbook. All right, that is all for this class. Soon I'll be posting the Chapter 1 quiz, so you might want to go ahead and start looking at the screencast. That's here for the Chapter 1 quiz, links 1 through 8, and working through the questions. And soon I will be posting those. All right, y'all have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions.